Before we went to break, we were talking about the cost of operating a business in Canada. And I always like to talk to my guests about what policies you put in place if you were a politician to grow and maintain business in Canada. So, Shelley, let me start with you. You're either the Prime Minister or the Premier or both. What policies are you going to put into place to help business competitiveness and jobs in Canada?
Well, that's a pretty wide area, Jocelyn. And I would just start off by saying that, I'm a little bit older than probably most people in the business these days, and suggest that Canada has become very socialistic in the last 25 years. A lot of our policies these days are aimed at assisting people how not to work. And I think we need to turn that ship around. We have countless businesses for wanted job ads posted on the front of their buildings, and yet we're paying people not to go to work. We clearly need to take more of an industrial working approach to the government and encourage people to take these careers, which are excellent careers, and they provide good skills. We require high education. I think we need to encourage people to, rather than collect money to stay home, they need to be able to come and work in the workplace.
Absolutely. And that sense of purpose is not just good for the economy, but it's good for people's mental health. Now, Todd, you're up. What policies would you put in place?
Well, I think very similar to Shelley. That's why we're partners. But I think what we need to do is balance entitlements against accountability and responsibility. So it's great we have a great economy and a developed culture, and there's lots of entitlements for people. They're entitled to health care and sick days and whatever we can think of the day. But there's no trade back where actually people have to be responsible or accountable for those entitlements. And that seems to be a big issue. Another piece that's somewhat related is I think we need to define the ratio between public sector employment and private sector employment so that we can maintain and grow our GDP. The balance has shifted so heavily towards the percentage of public sector in a private business. If all we had is everybody in the office and nobody running machines, we wouldn't last very long. So we need private sector employment to drive GDP. And the third part is not related to employment, is related to regulations. And I think we should apply all regulations at the port, whether it's environmental regulations, labor regulations, taxation regulations, apply them at the port, make it a level playing field, and we'll go to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And Canadian innovators can compete with anybody around the world. We just need a level playing field. So I'm going to ask each one of you. Northern Cables has been in business for 25 years. That's a long time. And I'd like to find out from each one of you what your greatest accomplishment is.
Wow.
Shelley, you go first.
Okay. I got to say that one of my mentors gives a speech about the odds of, first off, succeeding to start up, let alone reach the level of 25 years and to be to this size. So I'm just pleased that all of my partners and everybody that works here have reached this milestone. Our jobs that we have here, Jocelyn, are not just labor jobs. We have engineering jobs. We have counting jobs. We have design jobs. So these are a lot of high-skilled jobs that otherwise would not be located in Canada. And I'm eternally grateful to all the people that have joined us, and we've been able to improve their life through working at Northern Cables.
Todd, I'm going to give you the last word, your greatest accomplishment.
All right. Well, I think it's really getting Northern Cables to the point now where it's self-sustaining. Northern Cables is bigger than the original people who started it. 4 of the 6 founders are retired, and we're bigger and better. And, it has some perpetual motion in place that we're just rolling along. It's much bigger than any one of us.